Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. This is Ray Ray all day on YouTube. Also, all day on IG. I am at all day Ray Ray. Okay, little switch of the names, but still the same. Anywho, let's get into this Love and Marriage DC, Season 1, Episode 3. Now, you know I got my notes. I got to have my notes. Listen, see, I got my notes, y'all. I got my notes. So it kind of started off kind of funny because, at the end of the last episode, they was all roasting Winter's soon-to-be ex, and Chris brought up the fact that he went and spoke with him, and it took, Winter aback a little bit. Like, okay, I've known you how long, and you felt the need to listen to what he got to say. Of course, the audacity, right? Like, what? Anywho, Chris did. And this episode, they start off, and he's just like, man, I just regret even bringing this dude up in front of everybody. He just went left. Ashley saying stuff, it went left. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine. I mean, okay, we all got stuff in our business that we just don't want to talk about, or, even put anybody else's business out because, it's like, man, ridicule, embarrassment, yada, yada. I could just imagine, and all of that stress that it causes knowing people's businesses out there like that. But I'm kind of with Ashley a little bit with her stance on how can Winter call herself a relationship expert when the first marriage, of course, it was not her fault, but that failed, and the second marriage was, you had some part to play in the failure. It wasn't like you were blindsided like your first, although where's the success that qualifies you to be an expert and what to do? Um I'm like, yeah, I don't get it why you're calling yourself and wanting to be paid as someone who has success stories. So Winter was like, well, how do you measure success? Well, it's definitely by wins. Hello. I mean, I understand weathering the storm, but that's not the determining factor as far as being successful in that situation. Being successful, being a specialist means you are somewhat proficient in your field, and you pretty much 9.5 times out of 10, you're getting it right. That's what a specialist is in any field. They are the best of the best, not those who persevered. And I think Winter is a little bit over her head, and I think she may need to be a life coach more so as a specialist, because usually life coaches are those who come from the trenches of where they are speaking from, speaking of, speaking about. And she seems to be more of a life coach. If what she is doing is inspiring and leading women or people to the promised land, so to speak, in their emotional and even with the baggage that they have, whatever she's doing, okay, whatever that is, okay. Um, mm-mm. I'm with. I think I'm with. I don't think I'm with Winter being anybody's relationship guru of any sort. Not with her batting average at this point. Child, please. What's next on my what's next on my stuff? Oh, okay. So Chris and Monique plan for Africa and they're getting all ready and literally packing up. They're leaving, I guess, in a few hours, look like, right? A day or two. They're, packing up and she's like she can't wait to reconnect and do all these things that she missed at home and can't wait to go to the motherland, and it's a whole sorts of you know needs within that trip. But the one that Chris is talking about, he's like, well, dang, I can't get no credit, and it sounds like she's still yearning for something that I ain't gave her. I'm trying, but he's willing to see exactly what he needs to do, which is wonderful because as long as you're willing, it's the will. I always say, no matter what the behaviors are, it's the will that drives that mindset for those behaviors to stem from. It's all about the mindset of people. Again, you can, and it comes down to just being patronizing when the will isn't there. you know it's like, dang, you just doing this just to do it. I mean, because it manifests in other areas of the life, messing up over here because that will is what it is. One will of this particular behavior or situation should is the same will that translates into this particular scenario or situation. So most likely there's going to be an F up along the way, no matter what the situation is, because the will is the same. The will ain't changing, right? The will ain't changing. So hopefully both he and Monique, because I see there's some resistance, and don't be trying to one up me from Monique. She's, I don't know what it is. I can't put my name on it, but I can't call it. But it's coming off antagonizing in a way towards Chris. Her delivery, there it is. It's all about the delivery, y'all. When you're in a relationship with somebody, it's all about the delivery of what you want to say, no matter what it is, because the perception of receiving that with that wrong delivery could blow up and mess up a whole lifetime. Okay, I'm just saying. It sounds like the delivery needs to be revised and revamped and yeah, redone. So here we go. Ashley is getting both. No. Let's go back to Winter. Winter is happy she's divorcing. Okay, she really wants to get rid of this dude. Poor Kevin. He just can't catch a break. He can't catch a break. But I think she's talking over with her mom about things, and her mom is real happy about it, of course. Winter talks about how Kevin came to her mom for her hand, and not sure what happened with the dad, but I guess he ain't nowhere. If he's, hopefully he's not deceased, but excuse me, at the same time, he went to her mom for her hand, and she felt like that was very, honorable and all of it. And he is older, so he has that wisdom of around her mom's age, I believe. Um, he's 20 years her senior, so he's going to sis for her daughter's hand in marriage. And Winter was impressed, but Ashley said, well, you never saw where he lived, you never fact checked this dude, and then you say what you say now. Ashley is not having it, because yeah, I believe, yeah, with what she explained on camera, meaning Winter, about the steps as to why she's doing what she's doing for divorce. I'm like, girl, you of course divorce him. I agree, but how you're saying things as if he's the only one who had accountability in that relationship, in the failure of the relationship, because it sounds like both of them did. Him 75, her 35, in my opinion. Um, the prime fact, and Ashley brought it up, you refuse to go see where he lives because of COVID, but you marry him during COVID. Girl. And that's one of the issues about him living at home with his mama. Well, you was with him and fine with whatever he had going on, which was living at home with his mama. So that shouldn't even that should be stricken from the record, Your Honor, as far as I'm concerned. I'm with Ashley on that. Like, wait a minute. Just admit that, you didn't fact check. And whatever it was what it was. And whatever reasons you gave is the reasons you gave. But admit and recognize and move on from the fact that you did not fact check this dude like you should have, because there ain't no way you should know where he lives before you marry him, girl. Okay, so now we go into Ashley and Arena. They meet up at the plastic surgeon's office. Now Ashley did admit that she's gotten some work done, her boobs and something in her face, but she's there for Botox under her arms for excessive sweating that she refuses to endure. And then Arena talking about, well, shoot, maybe I get a booty like yours. And then, she said, well, this was, mine already. So, of course, you can get one like mine, but don't mistake that this was already here. This is, born organic. Anyway, um, Arena wants to get a booty now. She's very healthy. She runs, and as a matter of fact, her and Jamie was taking a run, a 10-mile run or something like that. She normally does 5 to 8 miles or whatever, like 5 days a week or whatever. She's run marathons, um, everything short of the Olympic trials. I think you go ahead, girl. And she's 48, almost 50. So I'm sure Jamie appreciates that. She looks great. And now she wants some booty done. So, she wants some booty work. All right, girl. Let's see what that look like. Let's see what that look like. Anywho, so they're planning some things for um, what's his name? Lil Jamie. That's his name. So, because he's getting up there in age, and like the previous episode, they're worried about him because he's making a lot of wrong choices, and a lot of marijuana is involved with those choices. And he said to himself, "Yeah, I think I need to stop because this, that, and the third. That how it makes him feel, and not everybody is able to do these extracurricular activities. They think because it's available to them that they can do it. Well, everything ain't for everybody, you know. So with that being said, I hope Jamie really recognizes the important things in life and prioritizes those things. And if marijuana fits into that, fine. But don't make it a priority over things that are more important in your life. That's the whole point. When you do, that's when you have a problem. That's my understanding of dependency and problems with substance and whatnot, no matter what the substance is. Um, if you make a priority over things, if you make a priority over things in your life that should not be put aside due to the substance that you're using, then that's when you have a problem and you can't deny it. Change your lifestyle. And if it doesn't fit in, then just wait until it does. How about that? You know, just hold off. But if you can't feel like you can't hold off, then you have a problem. Just that, FYI for those who may or may not be struggling. Anyway, hopefully little Jamie took all that manly gush of testosterone and whatnot at the gym to heart when DJ Fun Size was trying to talk to him. It would have been a little better if there was a preface as to what was happening, because Jamie was like, "Man, I'm just here to box." Well, what are you doing? See, you have to gain respect, and respect is keeping the conversation open in the most adult way, so that there's notification. People aren't blindsided, because when people are blindsided, they feel like they've been left out. And why are you leaving me out of something that is about me? Why aren't you just, bring it to my attention? Hey, I've noticed such and such, and I know that you've had some situations with your parents, and I just want to holler at you and see if maybe it's something I can help you with. You know what I'm saying? And then go in. Don't just start, asserting your so-called authority, because it's not going to be received well. And from the likes of Lil Jamie's confessional, it wasn't received well. So hopefully he fixed it. Hopefully it was uh, redone, or at least talked about, so that he's not felt like he's being ambushed into something, into changing his behavior. Because now, it just seems like you're telling him what to do versus inviting him into the fold in the most adult way, since it is about his life. You know what I'm saying? I hope that works out, because he's a young Black man, and we definitely need more of him out here making great moves and really wanting to improve life. I've seen a YouTuber son uh, in her video recently, and he seems like one of those good kids that just wants to improve the life of and the well-being of not just himself but his family. He seems like a good kid, and it's really emotional to see, because you really hope that nothing happens. And I really hate to say it like that, because probabilities are higher than what they should be. But you just hope that, he makes it out and nothing bad happens to him, because he's just a good kid, popping in and out of her videos. Kind of sweet. But anyway, back to Love and Marriage DC, okay? So Jason, his other son, was talking about being a DJ. So he's talking and going back and forth, and then it seems like, he may not be as gung ho about it, but at the same time, that'd be cute to see, especially with his vision impairment, to just to see him work those tables and everything, and to see how that works, because DJing is really hands on. You know what I'm saying? It's really interesting to see. I hope that works out for Jason. My notes, child. My notes. Ooh, ooh. Oh, okay, Winter, girl. So Winter invites the ladies to lunch now that Monique and all them and the Samuels are in Africa. Everybody else is invited to lunch by Winter. The last to arrive is Ashley. And before Ashley could really warm the seat good, they start going in on how, on issue, the elephant in the room. She's like, "Dang, I ain't really, I ain't even got my drink yet," or whatever she said. I don't blame her. It's like, dang, have can we eat first, or maybe talk about something light? It's just getting at the point, just get gung ho, right? I didn't like that, but at the same time, whatever. I guess it makes for good TV. Um, a lot of shade thrown, but it was a grown woman conversation. It was very grown. Ooh, it was so grown. Was that grown? Yes, it was grown. That was a very grown woman conversation. But I would have appreciated a lot more accountability from Winter regarding, you know, how she invited the conversation to be had about her soon to be ex. It's not like anyone conjured up her situation and just started going in. And at any point, she could have said, "Well, I'm not so comfortable discussing so much detail, but what I will talk about is, say something, draw the line, but don't leave it open and then complain about it in a confessional. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Just address it at the time, right? I think that will be a lot better. But yeah, y'all, that was a little lengthy review, but that winter is something else, I think. In my opinion, she doesn't really like to admit too much fault, maybe because of her profession. She's a specialist, so her failures really are more highlighted than her wins. But in her eyes, that's not the measure of success. Okay, okay, okay. Anyway, I don't agree, but what do y'all think? What you think? Mm. You think Winter and Ashley will be buddy buddy? I'm laughing because I know the answer. Oh boy. Do you think little Jamie is gonna get his ish together? Even though he's not a main cast member. I really do. He is 25 years old, 24, 26. It's that age, It's that age, y'all. It's that age. Mm. You think DJ Fun Size and Ashley will get their ish together? I think so. As long as he brings home that cash, she gonna be all right. And I'm not downplaying anything. I'm just saying she's about her. Like you said, she said, as long as you bring home that cash, go ahead, do your thing. She don't like it, but girl, he's the breadwinner. So, and that's not some bread he's willing to let go stale. I don't blame him. Not that type of bread. This ain't no DJ gig. This is a major situation. So, that's just something she has to deal with from now on. And that's fine. Like she said, she can slide in anybody DM and do whatever she need to do. There you go. Yeah, so the Samuels is off in Africa. They come back, and we're gonna get more and more into their relationship and how they're trying to make sure they have another 10 years and whatever and whatever. That sounds pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk with you later. Bye.